knees so that you come to the top of the ankle and then you're like, oh, there's space for the top of that foot. Okay? So starting in child's pose, and then I'm going to use the lower rung on my chair. Could be the legs of the chair. Okay? But we're going to push into them to create a bit of a cow shape here, or cat shape, sorry. So rounding of the spine, you'll feel your sit bones kind of press down and towards the heels, creating some length between the top of the pelvis and the low ribs. Now, when we're here, I don't want us to drop and hang the head. I want us to think about being broad through the chest and almost like I'm moving my breastbone away from the chair. So we should feel quite broad across the shoulder blades and lifted through the chest. So again, it could be out on the legs. It could be on the crossbar if you've got a crossbar. And we're just going to take a couple of breaths here. Now I'm going to actively start to draw up my low belly. I'm going to keep pushing into the chair, drawing back my low abs. And then I'm going to try to keep that engaged as I take a nice slow inhale. Stretching my back stuff a little bit more. Trying to get all the creases out of the back of my body. Okay, and then as you exhale, allow the abs to relax this time. And then we're going to bring the hands on up to the chair seat. So I want to keep my pelvis in more of this posterior position, but now I'm pulling down on the chair seat, pulling my breastbone towards the chair, arching through the upper back. I'm going to start to push away from the chair, but I want to keep my, so I'm coming into more of that cat shape here. You could have a bend in the elbow. You could be working towards straightening the arms. But you want to feel now, instead of a lengthening across the back body, the length is through the front, pubic bone to throat, and we're contracting our back stuff. Okay, then you're going to start to take the heels or the sitting bones towards the heels, move the top of the pelvis away from the chair, and start to come back to that cow shape. You might change the position of the, or sorry, cat. Why am I getting these? Well, cats kind of do both the shapes, but this would be more the cat shape. Take a couple of breaths here, and then we're going to change that hand position, and again come into more of that cow shape with an arch of the back. And one more time, back to cat. Round that spine. And then up onto the chair seat, starting by kind of pulling down into the chair seat as you start to arch the back. And then we're pushing away into that chair seat. Okay, and then you might just roll through kind of those two positions, keeping your arms where they are. So just rolling through cat-cow. Okay, we're going to make one minor change, take the hands off the chair. So we've had our feet kind of under us. So the change I want us to make is knees are going to stay where they are, but we're going to take the feet wider. So now some of us might be okay, and our bum might come down into that space, and that feels okay in our knees. Some of us might not, And then you're just going to place a block there so that the heels can be wider, but that your butt has something to land on. And we don't want to be feeling any strain in the knees. So choose the height of that prop underneath your butt. Okay, and then we're going to come back to the hands on the chair seat. And again, just moving through that cat and the cow shape. Waving between the two. You might find you just breathe and move. You might find that you do one shape with an exhale and that you do another shape with the inhale. You might find you move with a phase of the breath and then you pause and do the other phase of breath, and then again move the other direction with the other phase of breath. So all of those are right ways to do it, or possible ways to do it. Okay, finish in a cat stretch, and then we're going to lift up the bum. Keep that cat stretch, keep that cat stretch, keep that cat stretch as long as you can. Bring the pelvis towards the chair, press into the chair seat, and be in that back arch. Okay, we're going to shift off of this. So we've stretched out our shins, we've stretched out the front of our ankles, we've